This idea of positivity is a process in and of itself. And from my experience, there's been two general stages of it so far. And who knows, there might be a lot more. But this is what I've found through my experience. The first stage is that your typical kind of positivity, where you focus on things you deem positive or good, which are just labels, but they're generally things that are in alignment with your highest good. They're in harmony with your highest good and the good of those around you and everything like that. So something where everyone's priorities line up essentially. So let's just put it that way. And that's where the first stage starts. It's essentially stopping the negativity you're creating from the current moment and switching it to positivity. So one of the main forms of doing this is to stop complaining. It's a major thing, and it's so useful for so many people because a lot of people are locked into this negative paradigm essentially where they're complaining and then doing things that they know they shouldn't do and then complaining about it after. It's a vicious cycle, and they're co-creating so much negativity in their life from the present moment. And just stopping complaining is transformative in so many ways, because complaining is negative, if we're going to use that label, and it's passive. So there's no action involved, and it's negative. So it's so disempowering, and it can do no good in your life. So that's one example of that first stage of positivity. So it's doing things like that, bringing your focus to the positive polarity of reality. And it's really useful, and it helps in so many ways because there is a big degree to which we create this reality, we creating this experience. Of course, there's other factors beyond our conscious mind, and there's co-creation with many individuals, but we influence a lot more than we've conditioned to believe. And simply focusing on more positive things, and of course acting upon that focus as well, that changes a lot. So that's a really good first step for people. But here's where it gets a little sticky. Everything is a balance, and there's a point where that kind of positivity can become delusional. So if it becomes part of your identity, for example, oh, I'm a positive person, then you don't allow yourself to experience negative emotions, then you don't allow yourself to have any shadow aspects, then you judge your ego or things like that. So anything that contradicts that identity of being a positive person is ignored or suppressed or repressed. So that is extremely disharmonious in and of itself. So that's where the balance comes in, when it becomes part of your identity. Or if you're using it as a tool to avoid things. So if you're using positivity as a way of avoiding something negative within yourself or within the world, the external world, if there really even is an external world. So that's where it becomes a balance, because positivity is immensely useful and many people can benefit from it. But when it becomes your identity, or when you use it as a tool to avoid things that are uncomfortable, that's when you have to transcend that stage and move to the next stage. So this is what I talked about with big picture positivity from my last video. This is being able to transcend that duality of good and bad, of light and darkness, and be able to have love and compassion for everything. It's accepting what is, because what is the only reality. This moment is the only truth, essentially. And so it's accepting that, acknowledging it, and being in that place of love and compassion. So it's showing love and compassion no matter what. So no matter if it's anger arising within you or joy arising within you, it's being in that same place of love and compassion and showing love and compassion towards whatever is happening. So that's the next phase in the evolution of positivity. It's really embracing all aspects of self and all aspects of the world and standing firmly in unyielding compassion. And who knows if there's another stage? This is just my experience. So yeah, if you're a person, if you're really negative or cynical or, or complaining, if you're locked in that, use some positivity. It'll brighten up your life. It'll help you immensely. But if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I'm positive. Who I am is positive. Darkness doesn't exist. Negativity doesn't exist. I don't have an ego. That's a joke too. You're just deluding yourself. And that's also a way of the ego sneaking in through the back door. Oh, I'm more positive than everyone else. So watch out for the illusions and see through them. And by watch out, I don't mean be afraid of it, because there's essentially nothing to be afraid of. It all just is. And that fear is resistance to what is. Okay? It's all love, baby. Okay? And because I say it's all love, that doesn't mean I'm ignoring the negativity or the shadows. Alright, yeah, that's all I got for today. Alright, peace, much love, and one love, baby. One.